Hey guys, welcome to today's 1/6 Galaxies video. Today we are going to be taking a look at the EXO-6 Star Trek Voyager 7 of 9 1/6 scale figure. So before we start looking at the box, you'll see that it does have the Voyager logo, similar to what we've got previously with the Voyager cast there. So some of these characters we've gotten previously, one is going to be released quite soon, and then others we don't really know too much about yet. So we will see if we get all of them or not in the near future, I guess. Okay, so obviously we have the Star Trek logos, the EXO logos. Coming down, we have a beautiful portrait of the figure, as per usual. 7 of 9 1/6 scale figure. The side of the box with the portrait does just say 7 9. It is a slip cover. So the back of the box gives us another image of the figure and then lists what's included with pictures of everything, which is quite nice. And then of course we get the Star Trek logo and then the Starfleet Museum United Federation of Planets logo as well. So one thing I have seen is we do obviously still get the Starfleet archive cards, which is really quite cool. And there you can see there, Anika Henson 7 of 9, the extra information there, and of course it tells us that it is Voyager, and we see the schematic for Voyager. I have seen that a couple of these are being placed in odd places. Mine was actually taped to the underside of the shipper, so it wasn't actually in the box. I mean, it was inside the shipper, but it wasn't actually in the box, which is the weirdest place I've seen it actually. I have heard that a couple of people have never got theirs if they got 7 of 9 from Sideshow, which is a little weird. But yeah, it is there. All the characters to date have had them, so yeah, it's just something to be aware of. Right, in terms of hands, we do get 10 hands this time around. So we do get a relaxed hand. Now with the normal skin colored hands, you can see that there is some texturing and stuff to them. It's nothing overly spectacular, but it works and looks fine. The other side hands actually have the Borg attachment painted on them, which is really cool. It's not overly detailed, but it looks fine, and I imagine it's probably close to what it looked like in the show anyway. Being the era that the show was from. So similar to the relax hands, we of course get right and left fist. So again, showcasing the Borg attachments there. Looks fine. We do get weapon holding hands as well. The instructional video on the website tells you which hands go where in terms of phasers and rifles and whatnot. The only thing I don't think the instructional video shows you is the belt, which we'll get to shortly. So we kind of get this, like, I know of some people have used it as a hand on hip type of a hand, but we do get this. And then we also get one in the Borg attachment side too. I've got the 2 other hands already on the figure. We will get to those shortly. Alright, so she does include her holsters. Now this time it is the same color as her undersuit, which is fine. So it's just not the standard black holsters that we've gotten before. But you can see that they are the same design, and they are magnetic still. Now the thing is though, they're not going to magnet to the undersuit itself. There is a belt which you put on and then it magnets to the belt. It is fine. I think I might have my belt a little bit up just a tiny bit too high. I'm not too sure. The instructional video already has the belt on, so it's a little bit hard to tell, but I'll pause it and take a look later. So we get the pad. We get the rifle. So again, it's pretty standard paint apps and stuff to what we've got in the past. It looks fine, looks how it should. It's colored the way it should be, so it's fine. We get the strap as well. We do have the phaser and tricorder that we saw holstered before, so you can see that we have the buttons. I think someone commented that the button should be a slightly different color for Voyager. I'm not too sure, it's been a while since I've seen it. And then of course we do get the tricorder. Now it comes closed, but of course we know that we can flip it up and open it because it's magnetic, and so we get the printed textures that we've gotten in the past, and then you can just flip it as such and you can see where it magnets. She has the same display stand as usual. Mine has some weird thing going on underneath it. It's not really going to bother me because it is just a display stand. It might just be the humidity, I'm not too sure. It was like that straight out of the box, so it's something I'll get to. Alrighty, the figure itself. So as we can see, it is a really nice portrait, and it does really look the part. It is better, I would argue it's better in hand than what we've seen in photos, but the hair is fine. The face attachment is fine. You can definitely tell who it's supposed to be. And then of course we can see just zooming out a bit, we can see the Starfleet badge. So just panning down the figure, there's that belt I was telling you about. So your holsters will just magnet like so. This one tends to do that. I have been able to get it down ways once, but it really does tend to go that way. So I am going to double check the instructional video to see if theirs sits downwards, as it could be a magnet issue. I'm not too sure, but you can see the texturing on the suit's fine. Coming down, we can see that she has more of a heel on her boot. She is a taller figure than what we're previously used to as well, and I apologize. I hate waist grabbers, I really do. They muck up standing poses so much, but you do want to use it due to the heel on the boot. Obviously it's not going to be too much of a problem once you're actually just posing her and you're not moving the display stand around. You can see the Borg attachment there, so I've got that on, and that is the hand for holding the handheld phaser. Yeah, it's really not suited for the waist grabber. I understand why they've done it, but yeah, I simply just don't like it. We can see the boot, the heel on the boot there. Of course, the back of the belt where it will clip. It is just it is just like a peg-in type of thing. It's not too hard to do. We can see the other smaller Borg attachment. You can see the heel from the side, and yeah, she's not, like I said, she's not really standing properly. So I will definitely fix it up and play around with it. But yeah, overall you get the idea. She's pretty good figure. You're not going to have any articulation issues. I think just try to be careful, making sure that you're not going to tear the suit, because it is quite a thin material. But it's not pleather or anything, it's just a thin fabric. So you'll be fine for the most part, I think. But like I said, I'll definitely check out what's going on with this magnet here, and seeing if perhaps I am supposed to have it the way it was. I think the only thing that really hurt this figure was the exchange rate. So I paid 380 Australian, which is a lot higher than previous releases and whatnot, and that's just because the exchange rate was so bad. You might be able to get her slightly cheaper if Pop Culture still have her up. I'm not too sure. But yeah, like I said, I have seen a couple of issues with people not getting the archive card. It did happen to me once with Janeway. I didn't get the archive card for Janeway, so Sideshow sent me out one, and they sent me out an extra just in case that one got lost as well. So that was pretty nice of them. But yeah, overall she's a pretty good figure, and I'm glad that she's in the collection. Thanks for watching, guys.